What are you proud of, but can't tell anyone who knows you? When I was 15, I spent a lot of late nights browsing Omegle. At that age, curiosity and hormones mixed into a messy cocktail. One night, I came across a girl my age. We started talking, first about random things, then deeper conversations. It wasn't long before we started role-playing and eventually sharing pictures. The connection grew fast, and for a few months, we were inseparable online. We told each other we loved one another, always had each other's backs, and dreamed about meeting someday. It felt like something real, even though it was all through screens and pixels. After about 4 months, the constant chatter slowed down. Life got in the way, and the distance between us grew. Then, a couple months later, she started opening up about something darker, depression. She told me she felt lost and like she wasn't herself anymore. Her words carried a heaviness I hadn't seen before. One day, during my sophomore year, I got a text from her in the middle of school. It said something like, "I want you to know that no matter what happens, I love you, and I want to thank you for being a big part of my life." Those words hit me like a freight train. I left health class immediately and went to the bathroom, where I began texting her back, telling her she was loved and that she couldn't give up. But I felt powerless. I didn't know what to do next. In the midst of that panic, a memory came to me, something I'd read somewhere online. When someone is in crisis, you don't try to handle it all yourself. You call a professional. It was simple advice, but it stuck. My brother had once told me about a friend he knew in real life who was going through the same thing. He was scared to call 911, felt like it was betraying his friend, but he did it anyway. He said an English teacher told him that calling 911 would feel like betrayal, but it was the right thing to do. I grabbed my phone and called 911. I explained the situation, told them the girl's name and the town she lived in, and they connected me to the local police department. I gave them everything I knew, her name, that she was in high school, that she was at risk of suicide. The call was terrifying. I was just a kid, trying to do the right thing, hoping someone could reach her in time. After about an hour on the phone and trying to keep her in contact with me, I went back to class. The counselor pulled me out because I was visibly upset and crying. I didn't say much. The counselor called her school and updated them on the situation, making sure they would check on her and keep me informed if possible. About a week later, she texted me. She told me she was okay. They had taken her to a hospital, started her on medication, and got her connected to a therapist. She said at first she was upset with me, like I had betrayed her trust, but in the end, she was grateful. Her parents thanked me too. They told me I'd saved her life. It's been nearly 2 years since then. We don't talk much anymore, just the occasional Snapchat message here and there. She always tells me she's doing well. Recently, she posted that she'd finished all her therapy sessions. Hearing that made something inside me settle. No one I know would believe this story if I told them. The idea that I spent countless hours on Omegle looking for girls doesn't exactly sound like something to brag about. And yet, that strange, chaotic place was where I found a chance to help someone in a way I never imagined. Only my counselor, her, and I know the full story. It's a secret we share. A quiet bond born out of desperation and hope. Sometimes I think about that night, the moment when everything felt like it could break, and I wonder if she remembers too. I hope she does. I hope she knows that someone cared enough to call when it mattered most. That's my story.